Hello, Happy New Year. Welcome to a brand new season of the Neo Movie Show. I'm your host, Andrew Chan. I'm also a member of the Critic Circle of Australia and also host a number of movie nights across private clubs in Hong Kong. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about a very interesting zombie comedy, I would say, called Australian movie called Residents. Let's kick off to the review of the movie. Now, you can probably leave it to the Australians, to take it, the well-trodden path of the zombie apocalypse. Drag it kicking and screaming through the scrubs, and then you set it loose in a medieval theme park. Australian director Matt Mirams, in Residence, is precisely that kind of movie, using a micro-budget, a blood-soaked, Aussie gothic comedy that shouldn't really work as well, but it bloody well does. It stumbles, yes, occasionally, tripping, over its own shambolic ambition and also the limitation of obviously budgetary purse constraints. But the sheer heart, and that's way make it very much a wildly refreshing joint to a genre that we can often say have been, the zombie movie genre has been reheating a lot of leftovers. The film masterstroke, is beating hard. It's this ensemble casting. Director Mirams really ensembled a root gallery of Australian actors led by Jeanette Coppolino, Kym Valentine, Popple, Benson, and also the promising young Ellie Stewart. Together ground that chaos with genuine emotional stake, ensuring the movie that never really devolves into mere statistic, even when entrails are flying around. Director Mirams joins into the fun here to make a very, very nice King of the Fun Castle in the third act of the movie. Do stay tuned for that. The humor here is also very much Australian. Wickedly dark, and also label a lot of satirical barbs, really aim at modern consumerism and also our tech-induced isolations as well. They're setting in a survivor sanctuary within the crumbling medieval fun park. It's really a stroke of genius when you think about it. It allows for a lot of visual gags of zombies impaled on plastic battlements, and also a sharp commentary on how absurd the situation is when the people are actually clinging to a pre-packaged fantasy in an actual genuine crisis. The gore, remarkably, is really another high point. On a very shoestring budget, director Mirams and his team really deliver that practical effects very well, and that gloriously is very messy, inventive, and plentiful. The high body counts executed with that grisly charm that will satisfy a lot of horror genre fans. So Residence, however, is not without its wobbles. Clocking at around 2 hours for the movie, the pacing occasionally is an issue. Also, the episodic structure of the movie means that some parts of the movie actually lands better than the others. There's also, like, for example, character moments are better, particularly some of the lengthy monologues into past traumas feels less organic development and sometimes feel a bit like trauma dumping. And that in a way holds the whole energetic momentum that the movie actually is about. This micro-budget origins, you can also see it in the early goings. Some performances feels tentative, some of the lines delivery is also chunky, before the ensemble cast actually became better and click, and then the roles grow into the role, then actually can around the midway point can you really get to the movie. Residence, all in all, is a wild, fever dream roller coaster of a movie. It's rough around the edges, occasionally baggy, and proudly wears his low-budget heart on his sleeve. But the flaws are inseparable from its charm. This is filmmaking driven by passion, I must say, ingenuity and distinctively Australian sensitivity. A blend of slapstick, satire, surprising heart that evokes the global zombie spirit, but filtered through the Melbourne tram window. It's a scene not because it's perfect, but because it's bold, it's funny, it's genuinely affecting in spots, and unafraid to be authentically itself. The creative use of Victorian locations, the commitment of practical gore, and the unique tonal brand of ridiculous and heartfelt make this a must-watch for genre fans, black blends across the horror, comedy, and also zombie, done with an Australian flavor. I had a bloody good time, and probably need to trim probably around 15 minutes of runtime in the next apocalypse. I rated the movie 7.5 out of 10. I actually had a conversation with director Matt Mirams afterwards. He did mention to me that there is another alternative cut version, which is I think around 30 minutes shorter runtime. And this is actually going to be quite interesting. I'm looking forward to watching that as well. Thank you for joining the Neo Movie Show. Hope you enjoy our episode and the review of this movie. If you like our channel, please like, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you next time.